Ladies and gentlemen, in the Netherlands it is late September right now, and that means summer is ending. In a few weeks' time autumn is coming and all the insects and butterflies will start to hibernate. But before that happens, every year you can see a nice spectacle. You see, in my country, butterflies have mainly two strategies to survive the winter. Strategy 1 is migrating away, flying away to warmer parts of the world such as South Europe and Africa to spend the winter. Strategy number 2 is hibernating. By becoming inactive as a butterfly, they can spend the winter. They have antifreeze in their blood and a sugar alcohol called glycerol, which prevents them from freezing to death even in winter. But both of these survival strategies require a lot of energy. Migrating away from northern to southern Europe requires a lot of energy, and so does hibernating for months and months. They need a good fat reserve in their bodies. And because of that, every year before autumn arrives at the end of summer in the Netherlands, we have a huge boom of butterflies who are gathering together and starting to eat. They want to fatten up to prepare for winter, to prepare for their hibernation or migration away. And behind me there is an old tree. This tree in particular is swarming with butterflies. Swarming with butterflies who are preparing to migrate away or hibernate soon, but are now obsessed with eating because they need the energy to survive winter. Huge numbers of butterflies. Wow, can you believe it? It's migration time. Everybody knows about the monarch butterfly migration in the United States, but not many people know about the European butterfly migration. It happens in my country every year, shortly after summer is over, but before the cold autumn begins. There is a slight period of time where the season transitions from summer to autumn, and the butterflies prepare to migrate away to warmer countries, or to hibernate instead. In both cases, they need to feed a lot. In order to hibernate successfully, butterflies need to build up a fat reserve in their abdomen by feeding excessively. And for migration, they also need an energy reserve. So no matter their overwintering strategy, from overwintering to migrating, in either case, they need to feed from flowers obsessively in late summer. You can see huge flocks and swarms of butterflies concentrated on the flowers of some plants, such as common ivy. Ja, dus dat zo. Dat is echt mooi bij zo.
Ik zou bijna denken, kan dat?
Omdat ze daar niet bang zijn voor mensen. Op die plek. The main species that you can see during this event are mainly huge numbers of red admirals and peacock butterflies. But to a smaller extent you can also see comma butterflies and small tortoise shells sometimes. All of them are preparing for hibernation or their journey to warmer countries. As you may have guessed correctly, these are usually the kind of species that hibernate as fully grown butterflies or imagos. It was all for today. I hope you enjoyed seeing this wonderfully huge number of butterflies in my country, the Netherlands. Zou die slechtvalk er nog zijn, denk je? Ik wil nog een dagboog. Dat je camera mee moeten doen. This is the plant I'm talking about, ladies and gentlemen, common ivy. As you can see, it has these nice conical flowers. It blooms very late in summer, when summer is almost over, always attracting a lot of butterflies and pollinators. It's a vine that grows over old trees and even buildings sometimes. Now this tree behind me in particular attracts a lot of butterflies because it's covered in a special plant, common ivy or Hedera helix. And common ivy is a plant that is known to bloom in autumn, exactly around the time that butterflies want to migrate. Late summer and autumn has the blooming ivy and the butterflies gorge themselves with it. Now this old tree here is covered with it and it's attracting dozens of butterflies. Here, let's just have a look. Ja, dat kan maar. Zo, als je zo laat zitten kan je ze beter filmen. Als je met zoveel vlinders aan kan je zien. Het is een spektakel, hè? Gewoon even tegen die boom schoppen, man. Waarom je wel eigenlijk, dat is... Hier komt voor alles voorbij hoor. Wait, what? This video isn't over yet? Why? Why is this video not over yet? Well, welcome to a special NatureVlogs Fundraiser episode. I have on my YouTube channel a web series, it's called NatureVlogs. And what I do in that web series is I go outdoors, I make videos in nature. Wow, what a surprise, it's called NatureVlogs. And I make videos in nature. So creative! Anyway, I've been so busy this year that some of the videos I was filming this summer didn't even make the cut. And then it became autumn, and then it became winter, and these videos are out of date now and they are still stuck on my PC. They're basically unreleased videos that didn't make the cut. And the butterfly migration video you just watched was one of them. But if you like my outdoors nature series, I have some really good news for you. Because in a few weeks' time, I am traveling to the country of Brazil to study butterflies and moths in the Atlantic rainforest. Not only that, it is one of the most deforested rainforests in the world, and I will help with conservation and reforestation efforts. It's going to be one of the biggest things that ever happened on my channel. We're going to see a lot of amazing wildlife, a lot of amazing outdoor videos, a lot of amazing butterflies and moths. But I decided before I go, maybe I should go the extra mile and make an awareness/fundraising video. And also showing you some of the videos that didn't make the final cut this year. Sadly, my YouTube channel is demonetized and all the effort that I put into making it, which is a lot of effort, alright? A lot of effort. A lot of effort I put in it, I don't gain it back financially. Therefore, I have a thing that's called crowdfunding. When people like my content, they send me tips or donations. They can help me via Patreon, PayPal. There's many ways you can see in the description of this video you can help my channel. And right now I decided why not bring some special awareness for the project that I'm about to do in Brazil. By releasing some of my unreleased NatureVlogs outdoor videos. Now, coming up next for you, I have a really special one, because earlier this summer I explored an abandoned fortress in the Netherlands with my dad. In fact, it was my dad who wanted to show it to me. He told me to follow him on my bicycle. I had mounted my GoPro on it. And this video makes use of the GoPro that I've obtained recently. I've been working on a few special GoPro videos, in fact. Some of them I'm still editing. I've been figuring out how to make the best video content with it. And well, let's play the next one. Hope you'll enjoy it. Nieuw Fort Sint Andries is an old historical fortress in the Netherlands. The fortress originates from the year 1815, over 200 years ago. And some of its remains can still be found today. And I decided to visit it. Well, actually it was my dad who suggested showing it to me. Thanks, Dad. It was built 2 centuries ago and it lasted until World War II, when it was blown up by the Germans. But the remains of the fortress still exist today, so let's go and check them out. Do you see this guy riding his bike in front of me? That is my dad. And my dad wanted to show me something special today and asked me to follow him on my bike. And so I did. I mounted my GoPro on my bike and I followed him. So are you ready for a special GoPro nature vlogs? He was about to show me an old fortress in the Netherlands, so let's get started. This video was shot using my special GoPro and it has a lot of extra GoPro footage. This GoPro was provided by me by my loyal subscriber Rob. Rob, if you are watching, thank you. Behind the scenes I'm still working on some special GoPro videos. It's just that I've been so busy. But you guys will find out about them soon. I am working on some special stuff for next spring. Anyway, if we want to get to the fort, we have to take the ferry. By bike. How typically Dutch.
Net gelukt.
Ja.
Nou, gelukkig maar. Staat hij zo stabiel?
Moet ik jou filmen?
Hè?
Moet ik jou filmen?
Hij filmt al. Is dat waar? Cheese. Okay. Dankjewel. Tot ziens.
Misschien is het mijn laptop, dat kan ik niet weten. Heb je de laptop gewoon van
Ja, precies. Daar heb ik inderdaad niemand over. Ja, wel over.
Ja, maar je spreekt best wel een film. Ja.
Yeah, that's right. And we are on the way again. Alright people, we finally arrived. Let's show you this area.
Ja. Alsjeblieft.
Ladies and gentlemen, in my country there are two major rivers, the Waal and the Maas, and they used to be connected through this old sluice right here behind me. However, today it has fallen in disuse, and it is a nice little nature reserve that I will show on YouTube today. And I'm not alone. My dad is here with me and he recommended this place to me. So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get started. This is actually an old and dried up sluice. It used to connect two major rivers in the Netherlands called the Maas and the Waal. This made it a very important strategical location, so a fortress was built here. In 1955, during the Cold War, which is about 150 years later after the fortress was built, an air watchtower was built here as well. The function of this tower was to spot potential Russian airplanes, something that we were looking out for a lot during the Cold War. Well, turns out the only way to access it is to go over this bridge. Let's get going then. But not before activating my GoPro, of course, so you can see it from my perspective. Boo! A video about nature and history combined? I guess so, people. This is an old ruin. Yeah. See if I can get out of here without damaging my camera. There we go. See that, people? Old ruins. History and nature combined in one video? That's right. Behind me, ladies and gentlemen, are the ruins from a military fortress from the year 1816 in the Netherlands. That's a pretty darn long time ago. Of course, since that time it has fallen in disrepair. And nature is claiming back the ruins. The history of this fortress, what it's doing here, I will tell you today in this video. Let's go! Alright, people, so you can imagine that this area had an old sluice that connected two major rivers in the Netherlands about 2-3 centuries ago. That made it a very strategical position, and of course military fortresses were erected. This military fortress here behind me is from the year 1816, and as you can see, it is in a state of decay, which you would expect from a 2-century-old military fortress. But it's interesting because we can explore it, and second of all because there's wildlife in it nowadays. So yeah, I must show you. So is there any interesting wildlife in it? Well, I've heard it's a shelter for a few species of bats that are pretty rare. Otherwise, if we can capture anything on camera, I guess we should find out.
Nou die wilde Marjolein gezien?
Ja, maar als ze niet bloeit, dan...
Wilde Marjolein al gevonden?
Nee, waar?
Ze staan daar langs die rand allemaal. Ze staan nu in bloei, dus moeilijk te herkennen, maar ik kan het wel zien.
Oké, ik ga nu even lopen en filmen. Is it possible to go inside? Mag je erin? Oké. Oké.
Of even met ops identify.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, behind me I'm surrounded by an ocean of beautiful purple flowers. This is common comfrey, Symphytum officinale, a very common weed in Europe. What's interesting is historically this plant was used to treat inflammations. And scientific research has actually revealed that the ancient people were onto something, because some compounds in the plant actually have anti-inflammatory compounds. More importantly, it is an excellent plant for bumblebees. Do you like bumblebees? Then you should like common comfrey. Let me show you just how many bumblebees visit this plant. It is excellent for this insect. Pollinators, and in particular bumblebees, seem to go absolutely crazy for this plant. A diversity of bumblebees, regular bees, butterflies, wasps and other pollinators were just swarming all around them, and I do love to highlight a good pollinator friendly plant on my channel because they are so important. So let's show you all that I have seen and was able to film. Turns out hornets also use the Forteress Ruins. I don't hate hornets, by the way, I actually love seeing them. They are very beneficial insects. Ah yeah, the Cold War era watchtower, guys. Let's climb it! And of course I'll use my GoPro to film it, yeah. Extra GoPro footage.
Oké. Waarheen? Waar? Oké. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, there we are on top of the watchtower, see? You can see the whole environment. Ja, dat is een kuttrapje.
Dan gaan we weer verder, Bart.
Ja, ga dan. I've always told you my country is quite flat. But now it's obvious, isn't it? Flat as a pancake. Let me ask you guys a question. Do you enjoy drinking beer? If you do, this vine should be of your particular interest. The lighting here is not so great because we have this weird dark spot here in the forest or in the bushes. But this is hop, Humulus lupulus. If you drink beer, then keep in mind, this is where it all started. That's right. Wild hop, the plant that we use to brew beer. One thing to keep in mind, ladies and gentlemen, is that yes, we are still walking over the walls of an old fortress, as you can see. This is not just a natural area, but also a historical area. 2 for the price of 1. So I told you guys about the old sluice, but behind me here is the new sluice. The modern sluice. Yes, it's still there. Except remade.
Wat zijn er voor interessante plantjes daar beneden allemaal?
Smeerwortel.
Alright, that was it. So now we are leaving, but the video is not over yet. Sometimes me and my dad like to explore nature a little bit. If you like, I filmed some other places for you as well. Just look around and see some chill nature of my country. So where are we going now? Well, I don't know. My dad wanted to show me a place and I just followed him, I guess. So let's find out.
Oh? Wow.
My dad wanted to show me this cute little lake, I guess, for no particular reason except that there are birds. And fish, not to mention a lot of fish. Ah yes, nature in the Netherlands, my home country. Yeah, that was pretty much it. I know it was a little bit random. Let's go back to the bikes again. Finally, my dad wanted to check some floodplains before he would go back home, and the day was over. Okay then.
Alright, so my dad said it was a good idea to stop here along the dike. And to the left there's a small patch of floodplains, which we shall examine if there's anything particular there of interest. I don't know, we will see. Are you guys enjoying the video so far? I hope. It's a different video than usual, isn't it? Here, have a Monster Energy with butterflies on it. You guys are probably wondering, why is my dad not talking? Why is he not saying anything to the audience like I am? Because my dad isn't my dad is not interested in that. It's my YouTube channel, not the Bart Coppens father and mother YouTube channel. He was interested in showing me around though, and I'm literally just following him while he's showing me stuff, and I'm making a vlog out of it. Yeah. So far we've seen some interesting stuff. But most of it was more historical than biological, I guess. We saw some plants and stuff. But, I mean, it's nice. It's a nice day in spring. There's many butterflies and stuff, but I'm not complaining. What would improve the quality is if we saw a really cool butterfly or insect, though. That would be really nice. Hi there, Dad. Say cheese. Oh, that's right. You don't know you're being filmed, do you? Ta-da! Sneak shot of my father. You guys know my mother. She did an interview with YouTube once. Maybe my dad wants to do a YouTube interview too someday. But I don't know if he's ready to do that yet. Maybe if we ask him really nicely someday we can interview him for YouTube. Or not. It's nice of him to show me around though. So guys, here on the rocks below me is a pretty interesting plant, because this is a succulent. That's right, in the Netherlands we do have succulents. This is biting stonecrop, Sedum ake. It's kind of interesting to see succulents in the Netherlands. It's not something you would expect. And this plant can go without water for half a year if it has to. It's pretty cool, huh? Alright people, so this place right now, it really smells like tea. Why? Well, this plant here is water mint. Mentha aquatica. Yep, that's right. The stuff in your toothpaste, the stuff in peppermint, this stuff right here, or in your tea sometimes. Water mint. Cool, huh? That's right.
Well, that was it. And now it's time to go home. I hope you enjoyed this unusual NatureVlogs video. Did you like seeing the fortress? I hope so. That was a nice video, huh? So you're probably wondering, why didn't this video make the cut? Why didn't I upload it this summer? Well, the reason was because even though it was a nice video, I didn't see much insects nor wildlife. And that's what my YouTube channel is really about, insects and wildlife. And what's funny is I actually make more outdoor videos than I upload on YouTube. A lot of the time I end up deleting them. This video was actually a candidate for being deleted. I think that every year, I don't know, for every video I upload, there's probably another video that I had to delete because it didn't live up to my standards. And I think most of my subscribers are here to see cool insects like butterflies and moths, which is the central theme of my channel. So if I go outdoors and I don't see interesting animals, then I end up deleting the video. You guys may think that's weird or wasted effort, but personally I think it's about branding. If you go to McDonald's, people don't want to order a steak. So if you put a steak on the menu at McDonald's, it's not going to be successful. It's going to be a waste of money and resources to put a steak on the menu of McDonald's. Likewise, if you run a fancy restaurant, putting chicken nuggets on the menu may not be popular because your customers, they come to your fancy restaurant for a different experience, to eat fancy food, right? And that's the thing about marketing or branding, you have to know your target audience, and I think the people who watch my YouTube channel come here for the insects and nature and not for seeing fortresses in the Netherlands, as interesting as it may be. So that's why I decided against uploading this. But then I decided, maybe I should save it for later, and at the end of the year I can do a compilation video where I show my viewers all the videos that didn't make the final cut for some reason. And instead I can show you them in this format, which makes more sense. I also want to say that this is a fundraiser style video. So I'm using this video also to draw attention to the fact that soon I will be in Brazil in a rainforest. I will be doing conservation, I will be planting trees there to restore the forest that was deforested. I will be working with real biologists and scientists. It's going to be overwhelming and spectacular. If you haven't supported my channel yet, but you are kind of on the fence or you're deciding if you really want to support my channel or not, now is really the right time to do it if you were thinking about doing it. Of course, you don't have to give me anything. Not everybody is willing or able to afford it. That's fine. Money is important. Make sure you help yourself before helping others. But if you do enjoy my content and you do enjoy my show, it is important for the continuation of this YouTube channel that people support me. And when I'm in Brazil, I could use the funds for a lot of things. For example, for a few $100s, you can book a tour. You can get a guide, set a moth trap on top of a mountain, do moth trapping there. I could visit like the swamps in Brazil or do extra traveling. I'm also going to need external hard drives to store all the video footage that I'm going to make there, because when I'm there I don't have good internet or a place to edit. So I'm going to store months and months worth of footage on external hard drives. And these external hard drives are expensive. Sometimes they're like $100 per external hard drive. I need ones with 5 to 10 terabytes because I film videos in 4K quality, and these are huge files. And believe me, if you are there for 2 months in a rainforest, filming wildlife non-stop every day, you're going to fill up a whole hard drive of them. Several terabytes, I can promise you. So that's potentially hundreds of dollars only in hard drives. But it's probably the most important and biggest thing that's ever going to happen on my channel. I'm going to do my best to show you the most entertaining videos in the Atlantic rainforest of Brazil, to actually contribute to conservation of animals and wildlife there. And this video is a fundraiser style video that I am doing to bring awareness for this project that I'm going to do, and to potentially attract extra people who would want to contribute potentially. I apologize for those who think fundraising is annoying. My YouTube channel is demonetized by YouTube. This is the only income I get, is by begging on the internet essentially. There's no companies supporting me. YouTube is not supporting me. If I get views, if I get millions of views, I don't make a single dollar out of that. Instead, I have to ask my viewers. And you know what? It works. So far it has worked. But the only difference is I have to actually ask, right? If you don't ask people, don't expect to receive what you want. It doesn't just come to you. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the Fortress video. There's also another deleted video I never uploaded to YouTube, and that's me exploring the Dyke and the floodplains of the Netherlands. You see, I promised to make a special series of me exploring. It was called Follow the Dyke, and I was going to make several episodes of this. It was me driving my bike along the Dyke in the Netherlands for 10 days straight, and I would film every day the wildlife and animals that I would see there. I decided that when my Patreon reaches like a certain level, a certain target, I would make this series. And I started making this series, but I didn't get to finish it because I hit the target too late in the year, and before I knew it there was no wildlife to show you guys. I did one episode in summer, but then it rained for 2 weeks, then it became cold, cloudy, and before you know it, it was autumn, and I was caught up and behind schedule. So I only have this one episode instead of the 10 that I wanted to make. So I think I'm going to continue the Follow the Dyke series maybe next year in 2022. After I come back from Brazil, of course. So for now, there's one deleted episode. And it feels like wasted effort, so I want to put it in there. Let's start the behind the scenes video I never uploaded. Let's go.
Hey, what's up everyone and welcome to a special YouTube video. Something special has happened recently. You see, my channel is demonetized by YouTube. YouTube doesn't support me, and if I upload a video I don't make a single cent. You see, my YouTube channel is demonetized by YouTube. YouTube does not support this YouTube channel. And when I upload a video, YouTube does not pay me a single cent for all the views that I get. So instead I have something called crowdfunding. I'm reliant on the donations and contributions of my viewers. And in return, I like to give my viewers special rewards when we hit a certain goal. Now I have a crowdfunding platform, it's called Patreon. And I promise that if we hit $350 a month on my Patreon, I'm going to make a special outdoors video for you on my YouTube channel, in which there are at least 10 species of butterflies. So this is a really special video that I made to reward all the people who donated to my channel. Let me tell you the premise. What I am going to do is I am going to follow the dike with my bike. Haha, that rhymes. And I'm going to do it for several days. And every day I will ride my bike to a different piece of nature that I like. And if I see something I like, I will stop there and film it for you guys. So let's get started. I'm going to drive around, explore and see if there's anything that I would like to film. Let's go guys, bye bye. This looks like a good place to stop and start making the first part of the video. I see a lot of fields with flowers and I think there is a lot of potential that if I go down here, that we are going to see a lot of butterflies So let's get started here in this little place. So, look, my bike, it's an expensive one. Don't forget the key. Let's see if there's something down here. Let me explain to you what we're going to do today. Whee! Oh yes, ladies and gentlemen. Oh yes. Do you see the road behind me? The road behind me is a special road. It is a dike. Now, those of you who know something about the Netherlands, is that we have a lot of dikes. They are more or less elevated ditches that keep our country from flooding. Because our country is mostly below sea level. If I turn the camera here behind me, you can actually see the river. So this, what happens in winter, the water levels tend to rise in spring and winter in my country. And this whole plain here behind me is flooded. Everything behind me will be water. And this elevated dike, it protects the villages here behind me from flooding with water. Simple, right? But let me explain you what I'm gonna do. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I've said this before in an earlier video that I uploaded this year. You may have seen it, you may not have seen it. But let me tell you what attracts all these butterflies to this place. Thistles! In particular, the flowers of thistles. Thistles are plants in the genus of Quercium, and there's quite a lot of species of them. But all of them are very important for pollinators. The thing about thistles is humans don't like thistles. We think of them as weeds, as a noxious plant. But that's not true. Thistles are actually extremely beneficial for pollinators. And in particular butterflies. They really enjoy these, well, they're butterfly restaurants. That's what they are. Yeah, they happen to grow radically in huge numbers, as you can see clearly. The plant propagates fast. Yeah, they hurt if you step on them or walk through them. Ow! But who cares? Not everything revolves around humans, you know. It inconveniences us mildly, but it massively benefits wildlife. So calling calling thistles a useless plant would be quite arrogant. And in this video I show you the butterflies on these plants, but there's also an incredible amount of... I see bumblebees, I see wasps, I see flies, I see so much diversity in this tiny area with thistles. Bart Coppens is in gang thistle. Thistles are incredible plants in my opinion. Really they are. Wow. Never seen so much butterflies in my life in one day. Well, I have, but that was when I was in the jungle, not in the Netherlands, my own country. So this is a good start to the video. Now this content is a Patreon special, so I wanted to make it extra special. And I think we're off to a great start, right? I mean, this is right away, excellent video. I'm happy with this. Wow. Hope you guys enjoying this as well. I certainly am. I mean, this video is also a reward for everybody who donated. So if you ever donated to this channel, make sure to enjoy this one. Because you contributed to this. Anyway. The weather is still kind of horrible for the middle of summer. Like, look at these depressing grey skies. So it's funny. I'm not used to seeing such incredible things when the weather is kind of mild. I'm not sure how to explain it. It did rain for the past several weeks continuously, and I think it's just the fact there is an absence of rain that finally allows the butterflies to come out and feed. Even if it's not sunny like they prefer. They've probably been starving because they haven't been able to become active due to the constant rain. And now finally they're having a moment in which they can feed. It's probably not optimal for them, but they're still massively swarming to the food. They're probably hungry. It also helps that it's July, and July and August are the best months in my country for butterflies. In September it starts to go downhill. That's when September the butterflies decrease. But August, July, best months. Wow. Ladies and gentlemen, it appears that my initial assumption was absolutely correct. I see whole clouds of butterflies in here. The more challenging part is going to make all the close-ups, because these creatures are so absolutely skittish. It's hard to film them in the middle of summer when they are the most active and filled with the energy of the sun. But I think we're going to have fun with this little location right now.
One of the first things I immediately noticed was a huge field of thistles that were blooming. But above all, they were swarming with butterflies. Alright, and now some commentary. But all these butterflies are sitting on thistle flowers. And as I have pointed out earlier this year in some of my outdoor videos, thistles are an incredible nectar plant that is super valuable to butterflies, moths and pollinating insects, as you can see. Yeah, they have nasty spines and are prolific, so humans try to remove them from the landscape, but actually, thistles are a super beneficial plant.
The weather really is sort of against me today. Just look at these boring old grey skies. That isn't really the sun that I wanted, but butterflies still don't seem to care. So I'll proceed to film. I bet that if it was sunny, there would be even more butterflies. This place is incredible. Look at how many butterflies. Here's another one. Zoom out. Oh wait. Here's another one. Did you see it? Oh. And here's a peacock butterfly. Oh wait, are you bored of the peacock? Another red admiral. Like, I can walk around here like crazy and oh look! Another painted lady. This is all in one take. This is all just literally one clip. This is really awesome. Just look at how many butterflies. Oh wait, let me show you what's over here. Wow, wow, so many. Another peacock. To the left we find another peacock. That's incredible. Wow. I can see hundreds of butterflies in this place in a short time. Ah, look. Another red admiral. It's insane. My only complaint is that it's mainly 3 species, but hey, you can't get everything, you know. Wow. So many butterflies in this tiny area. This is really the most butterflies I've ever seen in the lamest weather ever. I don't understand, I'm confused. The weather is really against me. Just look at these clouds. Kind of grey skies, isn't it? I can literally point my camera in a random place and you just see them swarming. Oh my freaking god. I'm surrounded by hundreds of butterflies. Cloudy weather, my ass. It's cloudy, but I've never seen so many butterflies in one day. Wow. I've seen red admirals, painted ladies, peacock butterflies. It's mainly these 3 species here right now, but the numbers are insane. Beautiful, beautiful. We seem to have hit the jackpot today because I cannot even begin to count how many butterflies there are in this field. It's incredible. Wow, it's really a good season. And here we see a very common beauty, the peacock butterfly. Yep, it appears my initial assumption was correct. I see whole clouds of butterflies in here. The more difficult part is getting close-ups of these skittish creatures, of course. That's the difficult part. The sun has warmed them up good today, despite it being cloudy right now. They have a lot of energy, so it's hard to approach them without scaring them away. Oh yeah, baby. There is certainly no lack of flowers here. But funnily there's not a single butterfly on it. But that's fine. Different flowers attract different pollinators. Not everything has to be a butterfly. Stuff like flies, beetles and stuff gets attracted by this as well. And at the end of the field of grass we find a river. Let me lead you there for a second through all the grasslands. Ya la 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 la, riverbank. Wow, lovely flowers here. But let's take you guys beyond. Ah, there you go. There's the river. Here it is. Little private beach there. Kijk. Man, it looks like these ships are getting longer every day. Where does it stop? It barely even fits into the screen of my camera. Butterfly at the river bank, huh? Oop, there it goes. Alright people, we've just gotten into the new video and already we hit the jackpot with the butterflies, didn't we? But still it's only cloudy weather, cloudy weather. But you know what? I decided in nature it's not always sunny. In the Netherlands it's certainly not always sunny every day. So why not upload a video where it's cloudy weather? Like this. Because this is what the country is like most of the time. Very cloudy, sometimes very rainy. Sometimes it rains here for weeks. In summer, that's what the Netherlands is like. Very temperate, very wet, cold at times. We do have warm days. But even in July and August it can be chilly from time to time. And cloudy. And grey skies. Sorry guys, this is not Miami Beach. This is not Ibiza. This is the Netherlands. And we have very modest summers. But hope you're enjoying the show. Let's move on. Yeah. Wow. I can't help but notice how incredibly common these large animals are this year. Like everywhere I go, I seem to find a new one. Guess it's a really good season for katydids and stuff. Wow, ladies and gentlemen, look at what I have caught. This is one of the biggest insects in the Netherlands, believe it or not, and it is a apex predator. This is ladies and gentlemen, this is a crazy killer. Its scientific name is Tettigonia viridissima. It's a huge predatory katydid.
Yep, this friend here is Tettigonia viridissima, the great green bush cricket. This species is quite carnivorous and able to take down and consume other invertebrates, such as other grasshoppers, flies, crickets, and well, anything that moves and is smaller. Females have a huge ovipositor that they use to inject eggs in the soil. Despite their carnivorous tendencies, they are not obligate carnivores. In fact, they do love to snack on vegetation from time to time, such as leaves, flowers, and fruits of several plants. They are one of the bigger invertebrates that you can find in the Netherlands in summer. And they do have a powerful bite, so careful if you grab them. What a nice species, isn't it? Their singing makes the summer nights more beautiful in my country.
Let's see if I can put it on my hand without biting. Oh! Yay! It's sitting on my hand. It's probably gonna jump any second now. They can fly very well. Any second I can get a close-up. Right now is a gift. Yep, and it's gonna jump anytime. As you can see, it's quite a big species. Sorry for stressing you out. I apologize. Probably didn't like that, but it's for an educational video and I do you no harm. You gonna jump? Come on, jump for me, beautiful. Or not. Guess you like it on my hand, maybe. This is an apex predator of the Netherlands. Way, there you go. Bye, friend. Recognizing the males of this species is very easy because they don't have like this saber on their butt. Or more professionally, it is called the ovipositor. It's the egg-laying tube of the female. The males don't have it, as you can see. So that makes this one a male, and these large insects are very common this year in the grasslands in the Netherlands. I don't see many of them every year, but this year I see one like every 5 seconds. Let's put you here on a thistle. Wow, you are big, huh? What a beautiful insect, isn't it? I have a lot of respect for this insect. They're really nice, and they sing beautifully, even though they can bite really hard if they're angry. Oh, there seems to be some thistle seeds stuck to your antennae. Boy, you're a beauty. Did you know that? We simp for you. You are beautiful. Wow, I love this insect so much. I love their songs in summer. It really truly makes me feel like summer has arrived. And they are announcing it. These mainly prey on smaller grasshoppers. Like a lot of predatory katydids do. You're not gonna jump, boy? Being used to those beautiful angelic wings of yours. Show us. Show us. Oh, that was a nice jump. Ah, good job. Alright, I've seen enough. That was it for day number 1. I mean, we had a beautiful amount of butterflies down there. It was awesome to see, but I don't like the weather right now. It's just too cloudy. I know I've been complaining about the cloudiness all the time now in this vlog. My legs are itching for some reason. I touched stinging nettle, that hurts. I mean, it's warm, there's insects, but I really want to have a little bit of sunlight the next time I go travel. And the next time I will ride my bike even further. So every time we go further and further and further until we discover new places. My legs are itching. Alright. Let's go back another day. It's the start of an awesome video.
Well, there you go, people. Another video that was originally deleted and didn't make the cut. I really didn't have the time to make more episodes of that series. And it felt awkward to upload the first part and not finish the other 10 parts that I had planned. But anyway, now it's on my channel. Now you know the concept, so maybe next year I will continue doing the series where I follow the dike and just check out interesting wildlife that I see near it, because dikes are typical of the Netherlands in the Dutch landscape, and it would be funny to see how they impact the environment and what species are associated with them. Also, it's just really easy to explore them. If you ride a bicycle, you can follow them for miles and you can stop once in a while if you see a forest or a floodplain, something like that. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate it. Here were 3 outdoor videos that I didn't get to upload this year because of time constraints or because there were some things I didn't like about the episode, but I saved it for later to release it now in this video. Last but least, once again a reminder, since this is a somewhat bit of a fundraiser, taking the opportunity to remind people a little bit more. Reminder, my channel is demonetized. If you aren't a Patreon yet, consider doing so. If you are willing and able only, of course. I spent some time earlier this year designing and developing merchandise. So there's stickers, posters, mugs, and all sorts of stuff like that. And it's part of a loyalty program. If you are subscribed to my Patreon for over 3 months, over a certain tier, you will receive a reward. It's merchandise that I designed myself. And the longer you are subscribed, every 3 months, you will receive a better and cooler gift. So it's kind of like loyalty program. It rewards people who are subscribed for a long time to my Patreon. And in return for your donations, it just sends you cool stuff with my own pictures of butterflies and moths on them. And you'll be supporting my channel, so that's a win-win situation, isn't it? Anyway, the good news is there's still some stuff coming up. I'm still working on some videos before I leave, but in about 4 weeks' time, I'm really going to leave for a long time. And you're not going to hear from me for a long time, probably. But I'll keep you updated on that. Thank you for watching, and see you next time. Bye bye. Maha! Fooled ya. You thought this video was over yet? Not yet. You see, I've been digging around on my PC, my computer. Turns out that I have little tidbits of unreleased footage everywhere. And I'm going to release all of it in this video. Now, recently when it was really cold and it was snowing, I decided to do something. I fed the birds outdoors. I gave them seeds and bread. Yeah, I know bread perhaps isn't really good for them, but I had some old bread and I gave it to them anyway. But I also had grapes, apples, birdseed for my parrot. I mixed it and I attracted some wild birds in winter, yay! If you are interested in birds and urban birds, then enjoy some relaxing footage of birds. So why didn't I upload this footage? Because I honestly didn't know what to do with it, man. My channel is not about birds. It was just a fun project, but I realized like it would be strange to randomly upload birds in my garden. Like, it's too random for my channel. So I guess I kept it for the compilation slash fundraiser. This is like the behind the scenes footage that never gets released, but I put it in this fundraiser style video. Let me show ya! What's up, ladies and gentlemen? As you can see, we are now in the middle of winter. Take a look. There is snow everywhere. See? Ah. And that's great. But winter is really a terrible time if you breed exotic insects like me, especially ones that eat leaves. What I do in winter, I really just usually take a break from my hobby. That's why I don't upload much videos in winter. It is a terrible time to be breeding moths, at least from my experience. And I guess I can show you some of the snow. I mean, the stuff looks nice, right? But usually I have a period of inactivity in winter. I don't like breeding much in this time of the year. It's cold, you have to get out to get plants, and everything is extra difficult and challenging. And many of the insects hibernate. So what we're going to do now, I guess, is we're just going to wait until spring comes, a few more months. And what do I do in winter? I usually write, I edit videos, I save money for spring, because I don't want to spend money in winter for moths that I cannot breed because it's too cold or they have no food, stuff like that. Bit of a break, sometimes even a bit of travel to other countries, who knows. But yeah, let's wait, guys. Whoa, did you enjoy it? I certainly hope so. It's unreleased stuff, but maybe some of you bird people will enjoy it. I do have another announcement, you see. Yesterday, yes, yesterday I acquired a brand new camera. I haven't actually tested it yet. I still have to use it and practice all the settings. But I got myself this baby for Brazil. It is a Parasonic Lumix FZ 2000/2500. It's a pretty awesome thing that's going to help me in the rainforest in Brazil. See, the camera I'm using right now has a problem. This is a really good quality camera, the one that I'm vlogging with right now. But it has one issue. Its zoom is absolutely terrible. And secondly, this is a video camera. This is a video camera, so it cannot make pictures. And that's actually a huge disadvantage. Of course, I'm a YouTuber, not a photographer, so I'm mainly going to make like videos in the rainforest, not photos. But I want to be able to make photos as well. And I decided if you can make a lot of photos, you can use them to like write a book, write a vlog or a blog on your website, write an article, like a publication. Second of all, this awesome thing can also make videos pretty well. Oops, looks like I used my greasy fingers on the screen. I should clean that a bit. But this thing is really awesome. It's an amazing camera. It has amazing zoom. Like, check this lens. It's pretty awesome. Wow. It's like a sniper rifle, right? I'm very excited to use it, honestly. There you go. I'm very excited to learn how to use this thing before I go. Practically I have a month to practice, but it's going to make the quality of my wildlife vlogs and videos much better. Like 100 times better. I know I have already a great camera, but if you don't have good zoom and the things that this thing brings to the table, I think my videos in the rainforest are going to be underwhelming. Now this thing cost me an arm and a leg. I know it's my financial responsibility, not yours. I'm paying for it myself, not you. But I still need to get some attachments for this thing. For example, online I saw you can buy a macro lens for it. And the macro lens will upgrade its capabilities of making close-ups. That will be awesome for butterflies and moths. You can also buy telelenses for them. That will even extend the range of its zoom even more. So there's a lot of stuff you can attach to it. I'm also gonna need like a tripod so it isn't shaky, but it stabilizes. Tripods are very important, in fact, if you want to film. And probably not gonna need a spare battery. So that's hundreds of dollars of stuff that I'm going to afford. I'm going to buy it myself from my own budget, of course. But it's also the reason I'm doing this fundraising stuff. To me it is important. I'm demonetized. I 100% crowdfunded, and this is basically the biggest project that's going to happen on my YouTube channel since ever. It's the biggest thing that's happened to this channel ever. And it's probably the biggest thing that's going to happen in the... Well, I'm safe to say that maybe the next year, or maybe the next 2 years, I don't know if something like this is going to happen again. If I'm going to have this opportunity again, I really don't know. Probably not. So I'm going to give it my all and make the most awesome wildlife footage. We can see rare silk moths, morpho butterflies, alligators, capybaras, parrots, monkeys, stuff like that will be around me. Not to mention, like, there's 830 species of butterfly in the forest where I am. It's going to be amazing, and I'm going to have to invest in it. But yeah, that's why I do the fundraising stuff. If you want to support my channel, now is the best time. I already mentioned Patreon several times, but there is even more. If you don't like using Patreon, there's other platforms like Ko-Fi, like PayPal, like LiberaPay. LiberaPay accepts credit cards. For some people that is convenient if you mainly use credit cards and not other digital forms of payment. So yeah. Some other news is I've really started to make documentaries in the wild. I released one of them this year. I don't know if you've seen it. It's a documentary of the peacock butterfly in the wild, Aglaeus io. I filmed its whole life cycle from egg to butterfly in the wild. And I'm doing that right now with several species. But it's really challenging because some of them are difficult to locate. And one that I've been working on is the old world swallowtail, Papilio machaon. I would really love to make a documentary on that species, like how they grow from eggs to butterflies in the wild. That would be awesome. But the problem is, in many parts of Europe, this butterfly is very common. You'll see one every 5 minutes. But in my country, the Netherlands, it's an uncommon species. You don't see them very often. So for me, it's very challenging to track down their breeding grounds and actually find the caterpillars and the adults. It's possible, but it's going to take me much more effort than the average person in Europe. And finding all the good footage can take months or years. Yeah, I once made this documentary about the cinnabar moth and it cost me 1.5 years to produce it. So that's what I'm working on, but I can show you a preview of some of the footage that I have. Alright guys, so this is a very early preview. This video could be in the making for 1 or 2 years. And it's already a very expensive video to make, of course, considering how much time goes into it. But the white flowers you see here are Daucus carota, or wild carrot. Now, in the Netherlands, one of the main host plants of the old world swallowtail is wild carrot. And if we look closely on the flowers, we can see the swallowtails once in a while. Let me show you some cool footage of them.
Dat is gaaf. Dat heb ik toch per ongeluk gevonden zo vandaag. Zie je maar weer. Loop maar rustig hierheen hoor, mam.
Durf niet dat hij wegvliegt.
Ja, hij blijft hier. Dit is waar hij... Kijk. Oh, heel dicht bij jou. Ga er vast. Ik heb hem nu heel goed. Die ga je natuurlijk nooit meer terugvinden hier. Als er meer dan 1 zijn, dan zou ik heel blij zijn.
Ga verder kijken. Wel echt zijn planten.
Stuur maar een foto van mij die filmt.
Doesn't that look awesome? That awesome environment with the white flowers and the swallowtails? I think that would be a beautiful documentary if I ever got to finish it, who knows? Alright people, now this is really the end of this compilation video. I've shown you several unreleased footages, teasers and trailers for things I'm working on, but also deleted behind the scenes footage that didn't make the cut or I didn't have time to finish this year. But I'm happy I released it, you know? Thing is, if you delete so much footage, it's like wasted work. It's like wasted effort. And I'm going to be honest, it happens quite often behind the scenes that I make a video and it doesn't work out the way I want to and I end up deleting it. I know there's a lot of moth cycles videos on my channel, they're very popular, where I do the whole life cycle of a moth. Well, the breeding projects can also fail sometimes, and sometimes I just end up deleting all of it, because it's like, the caterpillars became diseased, the moth didn't pair, I'm not satisfied with the result. It should be a nice breeding guide, not this weird attempt at breeding something. So yeah, I just want you guys to know how much work goes into the production of this kind of stuff. I hope you guys enjoyed it. This was a very unconventional video in a very weird format. I don't do this very often. But because I was going to Brazil soon and that project is so important to me, I want to make you guys aware. But I didn't want to just make a fundraising video where I just beg for stuff. That's not very entertaining. You have to capture people's attention. I want to give something in return to you guys as well, which is a lot of footage of nature and the environment I've been saving up for this. So I hope you enjoyed this special episode. I've said it a trillion times, but this is really my fundraising hour today. If you haven't supported me yet, and you like my channel, you like my content, consider supporting it. It means the world to me. For as little as $1 a month, you can join my Patreon, and then you have the right to join our monthly FHQ, in which you can send me videos, which I will answer in a personal video. Higher tier patrons even get stuff like stickers, mugs, personal Skype calls, video calls, stuff like that. If you support me on other platforms like Ko-Fi, there's other rewards. Like I have a special series on my channel where I show off Dutch food if we meet a certain goal on the Ko-Fi website, etc. Sorry for the back-end, sorry for the fundraising, but this is my hour, and the next 2 months are going to be life-changing experiences for me, spectacular, and I'm going to have to give it my all. All my skills, all my resources, everything I built up over the past few years. This is when I'm going to make it or break it, really. I have to do my best to produce the most entertaining stuff possible for you guys when I return to the Netherlands in spring. Whew. It's coming close. 1 more month, guys. Anyway, thank you guys for watching and ciao. Hope to see you again. I think you got the message and I hope you enjoyed it. Bye bye.